Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I will share 4 of my best Python projects. Yeah, I know, she's gonna talk about linear regression on Boston house prices dataset. No, that's not what I'm gonna talk about today. So all the following projects were handpicked for you by me. They are unique and practical in the sense that each will tackle a real task in your day-to-day life, and they will look impressive on your resume because you get to practice the technical skills that are required in your future work. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will get notified whenever I post a new video. And also to help you complete the projects, I will link all the resources, tutorials, and knowledge one-on-one in the Notion page down below as well. So be sure to check it out. Now, project number 1, password generator. This is a fun automation project. And the idea is super simple. You will be coding a random password generator. With this tool, every time when you are asked to create a password to log into a website, it will come up with a secure and strong password for you. So save you all the head scratching. Now, you will be finishing up this project in 3 steps. So step number 1, you will create a list or string consisting of all alphabets, numbers, symbols, or special characters. And then you will take the length of the required password as a parameter of user input. And lastly, you will use a loop ranging between 0 and the length of the password. And in each iteration, you will randomly select a letter from the set of letters you just defined, and then combine them into the final password. It sounds super simple, doesn't it? But this is a perfect project to learn basic Python concepts. So you get to learn useful Python data structures, lists and strings, and along with that, you will also learn and practice the random module, the for loops, operators like concatenating strings, and also functions. As for the learning resources, again, you will find everything you need to know in the Notion page below. Project number 2 is the discount or deals monitor. Now, Christmas and the New Year is right around the corner, and we all have a list of family and friends to buy gifts for. This isn't an easy job because our budget is limited, so getting the best deal on the gift you're eyeing on is always a win. However, manually checking back on those products multiple times a day probably isn't something that you could afford. And that's the goal of this project. You're gonna build a monitor that automatically tracks the products you would like to buy. This project will teach you web scraping, which is a super useful skill to add to your toolbox. If you do a quick search on Upwork, you will see that people charge anywhere from $60 to $100 per hour for web scraping services, and the demand is high and still rising. For this Deals Monitors project, here is what you're gonna do. First, you will collect and store URLs of the products you want to purchase. Then you will work on the web scraping script that does 2 things. 1, to extract the retail information for each product from online. And this information includes product name and price. You can save the extracted information as a dictionary or JSON file, and you can also save it as a pandas data frame and output to a spreadsheet. The second task your web scraping script does is whenever a price drop is detected, it will send you an email notification. With this script, you will create an auto run task to run it every 4 hours or whatever intervals you want. In Windows, you can create a batch file with this structure and then schedule a job using the Windows Task Scheduler. In Mac, the approach is slightly different. You'll be using Chrome tab to run your scraping job at regular intervals. If this sounds new to you, no worries at all. In the Notion page below, you will find a step-by-step tutorial on how to schedule auto-run jobs. In this project, you will get to learn a ton of good stuff. So first, more Python data structures. And also, you will learn HTML fundamentals and web scraping in Python using requests and beautiful soup. And the third thing you're going to learn is how to send an automated email and how to schedule programming jobs in Windows or Mac. Now you've built your discount monitor. Our project number 3 is to turn it into a GUI application by adding an interactive user interface. The app takes in the URL of a product and then the desired price a user would like to pay. And then it will send the user an email notification whenever the price gets lower than what he or she has entered here. Sounds familiar, right? And that's the idea behind Camel, which is an online Amazon price tracker. But why are you going to use their services and disclose your personal information when you could build the same thing? And spoiler alert, you don't need any front-end knowledge in order to make that happen. On top of that, your app would be even more practical because it won't be limited to products on Amazon only. You could do Walmart, you could do Nordstrom, or whichever retailer you are eyeing on. This project is going to look fantastic in your portfolio because it's unique and it will train you on how to create interactive user interface and dashboard. Your future boss will be impressed because with your expertise, they probably don't have to purchase vendor services to create dashboards. Now, here are the steps you would take to finish this project. First, take your web scraping script and create 3 parameters to take in users' input. They are product URL, price to compare to, and email address. Then you will create an interface with Streamlight. Streamlight allows you to build and deploy interactive apps without worrying about the front end. Super user-friendly. Your interface doesn't need to be fancy. It can be just as simple as only containing 3 slots that allow users to enter the 3 parameters defined in your code. And then when you run your app, you will see a page like this. Of course, you can add more features later on, but a workable MVP is here for you. By completing this project, you will learn fundamentals of user interface design and also how to code with the Streamlight module in Python in order to create an interactive application or dashboard. This is going to be a generic skill set that you can take with you from one role to another. Again, check out this Notion page for all resources and example code for this project. And next up, project number 4 is an analytics project where you will analyze Netflix movies and TV shows. In a nutshell, you will do a full spectrum exploratory analysis and then create eye-catching visualizations about Netflix. This project is perfect for beginners because you'll showcase your capability of telling a good story. Why is this important? Well, because people love stories, especially non-technical recruiters or your stakeholders. They aren't gonna understand a bunch of code sitting in your GitHub repo. So to get them to remember you, you need to build something that they feel connected to with the help of data. Here are the steps. So first, you will do some data cleaning and profiling. And then you will create various visualizations about Netflix. So you will be using matplotlib in Python. And then to spice things up, you can create comical plots. And all you need is to specify this. To guide you through your analysis, I have compiled a list of interesting questions for you to answer, so make sure to check those out in the Notion page below. In this project, you will learn techniques to handle messy data, and also you will learn analytics methods to summarize and segment data. For example, using a pie chart to show segmented sectors, and then use a line chart to show changes over the years. If you follow my guiding questions below, you will be creating more charming visualizations to tell a fun story. You will also get to play around with all the big name Python packages for analytics, including pandas, numpy, and scipy, and so on. These are the 4 projects I wanted to share with you today. When you work on them, I would highly recommend using the online IDEs like Google Colab. So this will save you lots of effort and frustrations trying to configure the Python virtual environment on your local machine. That's it for this video, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you do, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you pretty soon in my next video. Bye, guys.